She is known as the most corrupt mayor in the United States.
Shout out Tiffany, by the way.
Who is she? How do people catch on to her? What is she doing?
Because she basically took this small town, the South Chicago village of Dalton, Illinois, and turned it into like a third world dictatorship where, she was getting escorted out of Tahoes that she paid $50,000 over asking for. She got a fleet of 6 of them. She would get escorted out like a security guard would grab her hand, and she'd have police working overtime. And she's like the tiny small town mayor. Like, you guys have met really wealthy people, CEOs, billionaires, where they maybe have one security guard, if at all. She's just a diva. She would sit in a queen throne and watch the town and like at events. She would make business owners do pay to play schemes. Like, oh, if you don't donate $3,500 for the 4th of July party I'm trying to do for the town, well, then I'm not going to approve your liquor license. And so like she would nearly bankrupt people that wouldn't agree with her. She allegedly had rivals up. She just blatantly lies, and she basically used the town tax money to live a luxury life. First class flights, steak dinners, wigs, Tahoes. The list does not end with how much she balled off of the taxpayers.
And she also paid off the police, allegedly, right? So
she paid them off by having them work egregious overtime hours so that it was in their favor to protect her and walk her around.
Do you think she's going to pay any like penalties or crimes? Or
Yes.
who's looking at
right now, currently, the word on the street in Dalton is that there's a few people collaborating with the feds, and to not impede their investigation, because I have an idea there's like 2 or 3 main people that are in her circle that haven't been revealed yet, that it's one of them. The walls are closing in. They know that the whole thing is going down, and to me, there's no way she doesn't do time. Apparently, one of her former right-hand man is actively working with the feds right now. He knows she's going away, and he's talking as much as he can to kind of reduce his sentence.
Was it YouTube that really brought this to light? Because I hadn't seen this before until I started seeing YouTube videos of people going to the city and like trying to track her down. Like, is that what made it mainstream?
I saw a couple TikTok clips of her, and I know there's early guys to the party, like a guy, Spencer Cornelius, does a lot of investigative journalism that's really good. I just saw a couple TikToks. Like, I actually try not to watch almost any YouTube like in my space at all if I can, especially if I haven't covered that story yet, because I want to make it unique. I don't want to be influenced. But TikTok was what brought it to my attention. I'm like, oh, this is 2 hours from my house. Like, we got to go see this lady.
Yeah. Usually with federal investigations like that, you're never going to hear a word until they actually have a case. And once they bring that case, it's practically unbeatable.
If the feds are going up against you, it's over 99% conviction rate. So the fact that it's confirmed that they're in town talking to people in those circles, and just how egregious she is. My favorite part of the interview with her was, I kept asking her about these Tahoes, because why in the hell did you pay $50,000 over asking and have a fleet of Tahoes like you're Brad Pitt or something? And she just lied and lied and lied. And I got the paperwork with her signature on it. And I even took it out of my breast pocket and I showed it to her. And she's like, oh yeah, that was forged. And how do you double down on a lie like that? And then we even did signature comparison, and like, how is it even possible that this could have been forged? There's just no way that it's not her that bought the Tahoes. And to me, it was just a fascinating study. I don't know how you would diagnose her. I don't know if she's a compulsive liar, a sociopath. There is a likable quality of her, but I genuinely think, my hunch on her is that she's mentally sick. I think she is a good person that means well. In some ways, like, she genuinely has a love for some people in her community. Like, she wants to be the one that brings resources. Hey, you need a new sidewalk. Hey, you need food from the food pantry. I'm going to bring this to you. I want to show how much I love my city. She wants to be the source of it all. And anyone that would help outside of that, she would cut down or put licensing restrictions or permit restrictions in front of her. But I did get a warm feeling. Like, the first time I met her and walked into her room, like, she gave me a big hug. And I'm like, she had me living in this weird reality bubble where I knew everything about her was true and I knew how bad she was. But when I was in her presence, I'm like, have I been gravely mistaken? Like, is it possible? She just lives in this entirely different reality bubble.
This clip is brought to you by our sponsor, Aura. Have you ever Googled yourself or a loved one and been absolutely shocked by all of the information that's publicly available online? Well, I did it recently, and it was really scary to find private information that was readily available on public data broker sites. Well, if you're scared about something like this too, that's where our sponsor, Aura, comes in. Not only does Aura monitor your personal data across the web, but it also helps you opt out of those invasive data broker websites. Plus, they offer identity theft protection with up to $5 million in insurance for your whole family, financial fraud alerts, and even a VPN to keep your online activity private. Personally, I'm not willing to leave my information and my family's security vulnerable, and you don't have to either. Go to aura.com/icedcoffeeclips to try it out for 2 weeks for completely free. And literally in just minutes, Aura will let you know if your personal information is exposed. Head to aura.com/icedcoffeeclips to see why it's worth it and protect what matters most. Seriously, guys, it's just 2 weeks completely for free. Try it out with the link down below in the description or aura.com/icedcoffeeclips. Thank you to Aura for sponsoring this podcast.